I'm Brendan.
And I'm Karen.
And together we're Fox and Rabbit. We're filming this, our 28th Flosstube, on Friday, the 2nd of December. I think we're stuck to 2 weeks this time.
Yes, I said we would.
Yeah, it's a miracle. No one's going to actually believe there'll be a video loaded up this weekend.
No, we don't have as much to show either, so I don't know how long it'll be. So
yeah, it's been a busy 2 weeks, but not for good reasons.
No, I've had medical stuff.
You've been a pain, actually.
I have, I know. Oh, I'm falling apart.
You've had scans and pokes and prods and needles and all kinds of things.
It's been fun. Thank you so much to everybody who wished me well with all my dramas. There's nothing. It's nothing earth-shattering, but there were just a lot of different specialist appointments and scan appointments and putting it in summary, basically, we went and both got our annual blood tests, and they were all perfect, all good, no diabetes, no cholesterol, all good. So that part was good. But I got my MRI done on my knee, and I got X-rays and ultrasounds of my shoulder, and I got my chest X-ray. So yeah, you're dropping me up there every 5 minutes. So that got in the way of a lot of things. But basically the biggest thing, which was my knee, I had torn the meniscus. Thankfully, that's not, well, I don't think anyone, no one's told me this, that's not a knee replacement, thankfully. But I've got my specialist appointment on the 21st of this month. And then I'll find out when I have my surgery to repair that. Hopefully, that'll be in January. So I can be on the mend by the time we go to Nashville. That's what I'm hoping. But at least we have a diagnosis now. It is a torn meniscus. So that was good. And then my shoulder, I have bursitis in my shoulder, which is like a repetitive thing. And it just inflames all the bursal joint or something. Who knows? So I had to go and get steroid injections in my shoulder yesterday. And that was a lot of fun. But I've been put on restrictive duties using my shoulder for the foreseeable future. I got quite a lecture. So obviously when I'm cutting the linen and stuff off the big bolts, well, we've been doing it so long. I've been doing it so not long now, it's actually caused my shoulder a major problem. And I got the big lecture about if I don't stop doing it, I could tear something in my shoulder, and then I would need a shoulder reconstruction, which could take 8 months to get better.
But only you heard this diagnosis. I think it's just you don't want to have to cut linen anymore.
That's it. No, we've got to work out some other way. Brent's going to do it initially, but we've got to work out some other way of getting that cut in there. So I think we're going to get a pair of electric shears. The problem is we can't. It's different to getting someone in to come and help us with surgery and things like that. It's very dodgy with what insurance and stuff when you have someone cutting with a sharp appliance. There's every chance someone could hurt themselves badly, and then we could be in all sorts of strife. So we've got to work out another way of doing that. I think you've kind of worked out a way of doing this electrical shear thing. Hopefully we can do that in the next couple of weeks.
Over the Christmas break, we're closed for a couple of weeks, so we'll build a frame to try and make cutting easier. The doctor seemed quite happy that we're having a few weeks off over Christmas for this to start to heal. The problem I've got now is they said to me too that because there's all these steroids in my shoulder, it'll start to feel good, which it does today. But they said I'm not allowed to lift it up, I'm not allowed to do anything for weeks. And they said the problem is because you start to feel no pain in the shoulder, you can do more damage because you don't realise it's sore. So I've got to be very careful. So yeah, and the chest X-ray thing was all clear. That was all fine. So everything was good there, just the knee and the shoulder. So yeah, and then we went and got our eyes and ears checked today, hearing and sight. All good there too, although Brennan's got to go back tomorrow to have another hearing test. Yeah, I'm going deaf.
In your left ear, wasn't it?
Both ears, but worse in the left. It's all you screaming at me all the way.
I don't think he's going to need anything drastic yet, but they just want to do an extra test, so that'll be tomorrow. So apart from my knee and my shoulder, which feels like I'm falling apart, everything else was good. It just took up a lot of time, all those tests and things. So so that was good, but busy. And we've been busy getting orders out too. Not quite as many as you would have liked. No,
because we still don't have any linen. We've been waiting now, I think, 4 weeks for linen. So first of all,
since you got the order, since you put the order in for what we've got made.
Yeah. So Zweigart, for some reason, they had some technical problems where they couldn't actually ship goods for a week.
It was about a week and a half by the end, by the time it got away, but yeah.
And they didn't tell us that they had problems. We had to chase it to try and find out they had problems, which was a little bit frustrating.
Yeah.
And then Customs has seized the linen again. So they've had it now for a week and a half, I think.
A week and a half, yep. Got released, about 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, just a little while ago. It finally got released. It's just so frustrating trying to chase up why they're holding it.
Because it's down in Sydney, so it's just been sitting there for ages. DHL couldn't give you any answers because all the paperwork you did was correct, and it's the same as you've always done.
And you can't phone Customs because they won't talk to you.
And nope, your DHL representative has to talk to them, and
they won't talk to them. It's just a never-ending circle.
And because we're up here on the Central Coast too, it means that's an extra 2-day delay getting it up here to us. So I don't think we'll have it till Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, frustrating. But that's also a reason we haven't set this quarters for Tier 4 in our Patreon. We've got to get the bags and the linen, or the 2 lots of linen, depending on which option the Tier 4 have chosen. But unfortunately, because we haven't had any 36, we haven't been able to send it out.
Yeah.
So, because we don't want to send everything else out and have the people who have chosen 36 can't get theirs later than everyone else. So that'll be getting shipped out soon. As soon as we get it and you can get this the 36 count dyed.
Well, hopefully the linen will come Monday or Tuesday. Well, realistically, it's probably going to be Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
Then we'll get it dyed straight away, so we can start to mail those out.
Yeah. So it'll just be a couple of weeks
next week or beginning of the week after.
Yeah. So hopefully everyone will have that by Christmas. But again, it depends on the Christmas mail. That's the other frustrating thing at the moment. Everything's slowing down with the Christmas mail. I've had the box that Brendan bought me, the sampler box from Kit and Stitcher, got here reasonably quick. Well, tracking it got out of America via Japan, arrived in Melbourne, unfortunately, because everything takes longer through Melbourne, down in Victoria. A week and a half ago now?
Yeah.
And Australia Post is still saying it's sitting in Chicago. So they obviously clearly are not scanning it in. The last time we had anything go via Melbourne, it was weeks before, because Melbourne's really slow.
But we're having the opposite trouble going to the US as well.
Yep.
So all the new releases, which we'll show you later on, which we sent out to the shops in our autos, they've left Australia.
Yep.
But US hasn't scanned them in there yet. So they're still waiting to get into customs. So they're just a backlog for Christmas,
yeah,
I
think so.
And they're just trying to catch up with everything. So they're trying to get through all the parcels that are coming.
Yeah, I know.
And unfortunately, it's adding an extra week or so to all of the deliveries.
I love Christmas, but it's business-wise, it's the worst thing. When you think most of our shipments go overseas, it's just frustrating. Something that might take 5 days to get there is taking 2 weeks, and it's just annoying.
Yeah, 2 to 3.
Yeah, especially, and also because obviously the shops want all their fabric and stuff to sell for Christmas, but yeah, they're all over there now. I think our last lot that went out.
Australia Post is saying it's there, but USPS isn't saying
it's saying it hasn't left Australia. So same problem with this box. I know it's in Melbourne because obviously USPS scanned it into their system in Australia, but Australia Post are saying won't have a bar of it. So yeah, because that just buys them more time. Then as soon as they scan that in, they have a period where they have to get it. Like it's a reciprocal arrangement with different countries, I think. So once it's scanned in, they have to get it to us in a reasonable time.
You're just making that.
I'm not. That's what I was told once by someone. Oh, anyway, Brendan, whatever.
It's just got to wait till it gets through the queues. That's all. There's just massive mail queues at the moment.
I know, but Australia Post still don't want to scan it in, though.
No, they don't want to scan it in because once they scan it in, then you can start chasing them.
That's what I just said.
But they don't have a time frame which they have to get it done by.
But it means they don't have an excuse. When you ring them, they say, oh, no, that's just the American mail system's estimation of when it'll get here. I'm like, no, I can see it got scanned into Tokyo, Japan on this day. It left Tokyo on this day. It arrived in Melbourne on this day. And it got to a transport thing at the airport on this day. But they'll say, no, that's just their estimate. It's like, does my head in. I'm so desperate to get that box. I've avoided all spoilers online, but I'm getting to the point now I think probably Brenda and Laura probably have theirs. I think they're filming this weekend. So there's no way I'm putting off watching them just to avoid seeing the box. I'm assuming they've got one. I don't know. But anyway, it's all good. It'll get here. You wanted it for my Christmas present anyway, didn't you?
No one knows what you're talking about. You haven't told them what box.
I did. I said it's a Kit and Stitcher sampler box. I did. You can look back at the video because you'll know I did say which box it was.
Okay.
So yeah, and then we've been getting some fabulous Christmas cards every day. It makes my day now every time I go to we've got literally something in our mailbox every day now, so it makes me so happy. We've gotten some amazing cards, some amazing recipes, which I'm getting all together. Now I've left them at home, but the one thing, no, I haven't got this person's name because I've got her card and it says what this is in there, so I know who it is from, but I just don't have it in front of me. But look at this beautiful little thing that came in one of the boxes. One of the cards. It's so pretty. So that's a little ornament that will now I've shown on here that will be going on our tree. I just loved it. So it came flat and then you just had to assemble it. It was inside the card. So I love that. But yeah, so cards have been coming every day. All of our cards so far for all the people who've signed up via the Google form.
I've done until yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a few more since then.
Yeah, so yesterday I signed and sent out another 267 cards. So I've got RSI as well. I should be going workers' comp. So everyone that's asked for a card so far, they're in the mail. So hopefully they'll get them before Christmas.
Oh yeah, they'll get them. For some reason, Christmas cards seem to be not taking very long. I think they must have a different priority or something. I don't know. Because I'm getting ones every day that were just not long at all, because we only decided to do this a couple of weeks ago, so they're already here, and most of those are from overseas. So yeah, so that's exciting every day. And yes, Brendan was up signing all the cards the other night because we had a little drama with the printer, and then the correct ones came. So Brendan had to sit up the other night signing all the cards. You actually did about 300, I think, didn't you? So that we've got extras already done.
Yeah, that was the second lot, but.
Yeah, the second lot, yeah. But I decided last minute to do a Christmas advent for our Patreon members. Just a little extra that I thought we'd do, like we did the Halloween one as a little extra thing, little bonus for Christmas. So I decided to do that last minute. So I literally designed that in a day. So we'll put a picture up here. This is up to day 2. So we do the border and then we're up to day 2. So that's for our Patreon members. So it's a mystery advent stitch along.
I need to write that down because I'll forget.
You'll forget to put the picture up. And also too, I know that the top part, the little village, is stitch heavy. I will probably do this again next year as well, a different one, obviously. But now I know I'm probably going to do these every year. I will get them done so that the border with everything will go up in the November, and then you'll have all of December just to do the days. But this was either they get the big border and everything like a day before number 1 was due to start, or I didn't get it done. So I figured, well, at least everyone can download it, and if it's too much, they can always stitch it next year. But yeah, so I think it's the quickest I've ever designed something in my life. So, and that's the reason I couldn't help you with the cards, in my defence.
You didn't want to either.
No, because his handwriting's so much better than mine. So.
Well, not this time, because not when I got to like.
And I've got a sore shoulder now, baby. I can't do any writing anymore.
You're not using that excuse for everything.
I just hope it doesn't stop me stitching. I figure if I keep my shoulder down, I should be okay stitching.
You can't stitch. It's repetitive.
It is repetitive, but anyway, I got the big lecture about it.
You have to learn to stitch with your left hand.
Which I'm actually quite good. I think I was originally meant to be left-handed anyway, So that's been our 2 weeks, so not a whole lot of exciting stuff going on. We did do our Zoom. We did our 2 Zooms. We did our Patreon Zoom and we did our regular Zoom, and that was a ton of fun. You couldn't stay for all of the Zoom one because you had to be up here dying. You put in a little appearance, but that was fun. And Brad's got the dates up for the next ones too, for this month, which will be fun too. Christmas stitching. And what else?
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
What have we got?
Stitching. I've done 0.
Stitching. You've done none. No, I think, did you do any?
No.
But the good thing is you've got the whole Christmas break now to start all your fun things, which we'll talk about in plans. Okay, well, I had a little start and finish, although I haven't fully finished yet. Fully finished meaning it's been made into something, but I started and finished something over last weekend. And also too, we hope everybody had a lovely Thanksgiving weekend. I think it's only in the States that celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
Canada has it, but I think it was beforehand. But Vicky and Megan from Needlework Press released a very sweet little freebie. Now, I don't tend to do the ones that have Thanksgiving type things in them because it's not something we have here. But this was just gathered together, and I thought this was very, very sweet. So that's stitched in the call for colours, just on a little piece of linen I dyed a while back.
Don't show the back, it's Missy's.
Oh, thanks, Brent. That's all they're over-dyed threads. So anyway, so that was gathered together. I'm just going to make that, I think, into a little pin pillow or something. So that was a nice little start and finish, and that was a fun stitch too. So I thought, gosh, I've actually got something finished. I also started, I'm in the Country Sampler Threads of History Club, which I cannot recommend highly enough. And this shipment was Mary Hill 1854, again from Needlework Press. I knew this one was eventually coming, so I couldn't wait. Now, I've only got a very small start on this because my main focus was trying to, my shoulder's so hurt, was trying to catch up on the Dark Queen of the Earth sale. But so this is again, that's on the same piece of linen I dyed for this. Very, very small start on that one. But at least it was a start. Honestly, I didn't want to put that one down because I love it so much, but I wanted to catch up. Well, haven't caught up yet, but on my Dark Queen of the Earth stitch along, which I got a fair bit of. Now, what I have found is I always tend to stitch in hand. And I was wondering why this thing was taking me so long to do. It's because I was stitching it on a Q-snap, and as soon as I took it off the Q-snap, it was just coming together really fast. So I'm up to part 2, but I think I've got a good part 4 was loose this morning, but luckily I've got the Christmas break to hopefully catch up. What's wrong?
So why is that back messy?
I don't stitch the same as you do. I was born a left-hander, I think, and when you go to school, back in the day, they would teach you not to use your left hand. My grandparents would say no. I'd have my knife in my left hand, and mum and dad would say no. So I stitch like a left-hander, but with my right. So I stitch in the direction of a left-hander, but with my right hand. So my backs are never like railroady looking anyway. So yeah, so I'm really happy with that. It started stitching so much quicker when I took it off the Q-snap. So I think now that I can, I'll just stitch it all in hand. It'll come together a lot quicker. I couldn't believe how much faster. And that's why I'm faster stitching normally than you, because you always stitch in a frame. And I think I was stitching on the frame because I wanted that model I did for the Homespun Group exclusive to be really, really neat. So speaking of that, so that's all my stitching that I've started. I'm going to, put that in plans. And yeah, so that was it.
That was quick.
Yeah, like I said, maybe we need to do every 3 weeks because this is going to be a little bit shorter than usual. This is not going 2 hours. Brent said, don't say that just in case it does, but I can tell you it's going to be lucky to go half an hour. Okay, what's next, baby?
Stuff I bought.
Stuff we've bought. You going first?
Yeah. So I haven't bought much, but I did buy a sampler.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can
that's
see.
Good. That's the light's not reflected out there.
Yeah. So this is it just arrived yesterday.
Yesterday, in the original frame.
Yeah, it's really cool because it's got a little. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a little sticker on the back that the lady who actually stitched it wrote a little dedication to her.
Bequeathed it to her niece.
To her niece. She wrote on the back, so I'm going to try and save that label.
Yeah, definitely.
As well.
Yeah, so that's how we know it's in. And you can tell too, it's in the original frame.
Yeah, the frame's in really bad condition.
It's lovely to have the ladies, like it's the actual lady's handwriting because she says from Auntie and her name. So
Joanne or something, wasn't it?
Jessica. Jessica Isabel, I think, wasn't it?
Jess.
Jess Isabel Alexander.
And
it's very early too. What was the date?
And she put
to Joanne Robertson
from her
auntie Jess, and then her name Jess Isabel Robertson Sampler. So and it's 1807, so it's very early. But Brendan loves it. He's reproducing this one. Aren't you, Brendan?
Probably.
What do you mean probably? You snatched it out of my hands and said that I'm doing this one. So I think that was a definitely. But you also want to do it with the specialty stitches in there as well, don't you?
Yeah. So we showed it. Oh, it's heavy. A little while ago, I got the T2 Advent box. And we've opened up the first 2 days.
So he's doing daily opening, and he'll put, it's just a little video clip every day in our Patreon group, but he'll still show you guys.
So there's little drawers for each day.
Yeah.
So that was yesterday's, which was some tea bags.
Which we just realised we haven't put the video up yet.
Yeah. Which is New York breakfast tea. And today was a little gold spoon.
I think our friend Sebastian's opening the smaller version that we sent him for Christmas, so hopefully he's enjoying his as well. That's B's and T's on Flosstube.
Karen won't let me look at the next day.
No, you should have seen him. He's so bad. He said, "Oh, look, the numbers are all over the place," and he actually found where drawer 3 was, and he nearly pulled it. I said, "Get your hands off that thing."
I'll look later.
You will not be looking later because we're taking it home because we've got the weekend off because of there's going to be a power outage here all weekend. We'll film day 3 and 4 at home, and he was like, I've had to hide it from him. It's just like a kid at Christmas. It's like you got to hide all the presents around the tree from Santa. Okay, what else?
Kohana.
Well, I've got one of these as well.
So Kohana released for Christmas, they released 2 special edition scissors.
Yeah, they're winter limited editions, aren't they?
Yeah, we only bought one of the colours because the other colour, the cream colour, was really similar to
I think it is the same. I think it is. I saw a photo of a friend who got both and it looks identical. So there wasn't enough of a difference between the cream colour.
Yeah, so we've got these ones,
can't use my arm,
which are grey and they've got a little gold and blue tassel.
It's a really pretty colour, isn't it, Brent? It's kind of like a grey brown, isn't it? It's a really good colour. I hadn't noticed the colour of the tassel. That's pretty.
Yeah.
The difference was with the cream ones is this, in this particular one they had a
pink.
They had a pink sheath and a pink thing, so maybe that was the difference.
But it also come with a little tiny package as well, and when you open it up, it's a little Christmas tree pincushion.
Felted. Oh, felted. It's so cute.
I don't know if
you can see that, baby. It's so small.
So small. Yeah, mine's still wrapped up.
So I'm not sure if the only change with the other one was the fact that it had a pink sheath and a pink thing on it because it looked identical.
Well, they normally have black sheets.
Yeah.
And this one had a blue sheet.
Yeah.
So.
Someone said to me, "Oh, will you regret it if you see the colour and it's not exactly the same?" I said, "No, because it's so close. If it's not the same colour, then it's so close to it. That would be buying scissors just for the sake of buying them. So we'll get them when they're different colours, but they are such good scissors."
Well, we're gonna have to start to.
I think so. I mean, honestly, Brett, unless it's a colour now that we're desperate for. Like this is an orange pair.
Yeah.
Imagine if they released an orange pair. You'd be camping out by the computer screen as you were. Brett had to get up really early in the morning to buy these when they went on sale in Japan. Because you can only buy these from Kohana, couldn't you?
Those ones were only from Kohana, yeah.
So, my purchases.
That's all I've bought.
I've got hardly anything either. I've just got, and some of my downloads my monthly subscription. So it's this dark. I'll be careful with this shoulder. Dark Queen of the Earth Part 4, which is gorgeous but very stitch heavy down the bottom there. Have you seen this? That's pretty. Look at that. It's going to be stunning, but I just need to catch up on that one. I arrived 3 ones from, I'm going to sneeze. Am I going to sneeze? No, I think it's gone. From With Thy Needle and Thread. The first one is I'm going to sneeze. No, The Maker and the Mender, which is sweet. Rudolph and Friends, which looks like a lovely quick stitch for a Christmas ornament, if I exchange quite a few of those. And my favourite, I think I'm going to make this my my Christmas Day start because Laurie Holt last year did a hashtag thing. I think it was like day 24th day of the month sale or something, where you pick a Christmas design and you stitch it on the 24th of each month all year. And I love that. I thought that was really good. I wanted to do it last year and never got around to it. So I'm not sure if she's doing it again this coming year, but I will be doing that. So I'll start that on the 24th, sorry, on the 25th. And I'll stitch that on the 25th then of every month. Because that way it's not a big commitment and I should have that then finished to frame for next Christmas. So that is the one I've chosen for that. And I really haven't bought a lot. So this one, I can't remember who showed this. This is by Crow's Feet Stitching. And it's called Deck the Halls 1862, which I really liked. And I think there's a stitch along going on for this at the moment. I can't remember if it was Lily. I can't remember who did that one, but that's a really sweet one. Excuse me. There were a couple of, then there were a couple of freebies I just downloaded. I mentioned that one. So we've got a little freebie too. I think you're going to put up on our Instagram page, tomorrow? Just a free little Christmas one I did.
Next couple of days.
The next couple of days we'll just we always put a little Christmas freebie up. This is Twin Peak Primitives freebie. It's called, you can find this on twinpeakprimitives.com. Santa's Miracle. These are all free. And now this one I don't have a cover page for because it was just, but this is blue. This is a freebie too on Blue Flower. The Blue Flower by Janine McGowan. I think it's just blueflower.com. And I won't show it too closely, but it's a little hippopotamus in a Santa hat. It's free, but still. And somebody mentioned this. This was a freebie by Just Stitching Along. It was from, I think, about a year ago. I think it was on, trying to think of the website, the Facebook group it's on. Oh, I'll have to get Brenda to put it up. Otherwise, I'll mention it next video. But this is called Miss Mary Yergi, 1859. Be thankful always. I think it's been up there in the files. I think it's a Sample World group or one of those ones, or it might even be on her side. I'm not sure. So that was lovely. And that's it. The only other thing that's in plans. I guess that's all my purchasing. I'm a bit stuck still. We did go down to the Cruel Goblin during the week, but when we had one of the medical things, and they just happened to be around the corner, so we called in there before we came home. But most of the stuff we bought on there were Christmas gifts.
It was all Christmas gifts.
Yeah, so I can't show those.
We only bought Christmas gifts and threads.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, but that was still nice to have a trip down to the Cruel Goblin at any time down at Kalara in Sydney. Okay, now. You want to mention that?
No.
Oh, okay. That's not being mentioned.
Not yet.
What's next,
order.
baby? Order.
There's a sheet for a reason.
Thanks, baby. Okay.
So we don't miss things.
We still don't. We get off and think we forgot X, Y, and Z.
But it wasn't written down when we forgot.
Oh no! Everything that's been written down has always been mentioned. I must admit.
That's why you have to plan.
Yep. Okay.
Stitchy kindness. So I got a surprise package in the mail this week.
This week just gone.
Yeah. I've actually left it at home. I put it in the box. So I'll put a picture of it up here. Katie sent me
Katie Strachan.
lining fabric. I didn't know if she wanted her last name mentioned, but it's too late now.
I think everyone knows. If you're mentioning the box, I think everyone knows who Katie is, Brendan. Anyway, she's very kind.
Oh, she actually sent me the lining fabric for my box. So she watched the Flosstube and saw that
the Simple Harmony box
that I'm starting to stitch that with our friend Laurie. We're starting that Christmas Day for her, Boxing Day for me, which will be the same time. Yeah, so Katie actually sent me the lining fabric, which matches the colour of the thread that I chose for the design. So that was a massive surprise, and thank you, Katie.
Brendan was very emotional when he got that. Let me tell you. I think as he opened it, because he said, "Oh, we've got something here," and when I saw it, I thought it's not for me. And he was like, "What can't be for me?" I said, "Well, I think it is." And she put in a lovely. Everything was just lovely. So yeah.
So thank you, Katie.
Yeah. And he also said, well, it looks like I've got no getting out of this because he's got everything ready to go. You're excited about starting that, though.
It's all ready to go now. I've got all the supplies. The threads are there. I've got the
that's right. Your threads arrived during the week, the remaining threads for it.
Yeah, I've got the fabric, the threads.
With the friend who kindly sent you the box, you're actually getting some of the hardware and sending that to her, like the lock. We were replacing everything that's on there with feet.
Yeah, so only the feet have come so far.
Yeah.
The rest hasn't come yet.
But they'll be here soon. But the feet look great.
Yeah.
So you're ready to go, baby, aren't you?
Just got to stitch it now.
Yep. He's going through all Katie's previous videos, working out what he's got to do, and he's all set to go. And that's why we didn't bring the fabric in, because he's going to be doing it starting it over the breaks. So there's no point having it here in the studio.
But I meant to bring that in. But
yeah, I know.
It's inside the box.
We'll insert a photo here of.
No, back there. We've already inserted the photo.
Oh, you already did that. Oh, you're so prompt, Brendan. Okay.
It shows you how much you listen, and you're the one that said that I'm deaf.
I know.
And don't listen.
That's it. So yeah, so that was a lovely, lovely surprise. Very kind person, and she's also happy that you're starting your casket too.
Yeah.
So she's inspired you to start that. Brendan's had that cabinet of curiosities. You did that course many years ago, didn't you? You've got everything in here, getting it all organised. You're getting all your silks organised because you want to get that started. And Katie sort of inspired you with that because hers is a magnificent thing that she's doing. Her casket, her cabinet of curiosities casket.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we've got our new releases.
So new releases. So we were holding off on showing all of these on the video, waiting for them to arrive at our auto stores, but they still haven't all arrived at our auto stores. So we talked earlier in the video about things being held up in customs. Most of these are being held up in customs at the moment.
In America.
Yeah, so hopefully they'll arrive at the store, at all the stores in the next couple of days, hopefully.
Oh, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. But here's a list of the stores on here somewhere that are all our auto stores that have actually received these in the first shipment. So we released 2 new colours and a couple of new charts.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, we can't show you all of the models because Jean stole them. So
Jean didn't steal them. They're on display at the attic.
So we took them to the attic and Jean hammered nails into the walls and put them up. So we couldn't really take them back.
But I can't even tell you what a surreal experience it is to walk in. She also has the ones from Market.
Yeah.
To walk in and see that you actually have a sign and a wall at the attic. Please. That's pretty surreal experience for us, given the fact that that's been Brendan's dream shop for as long as I can remember.
But still, Jean nailed them to the wall.
She did have them nailed to the wall, but they weren't on easels or anything to put back in our suitcase. They were staying there, which was absolutely fine with us.
Yeah.
It's an honour to be on the wall there. So,
but we've got 2 new colours. So the first colour is called Oyster Shell.
Pull it back a little bit. It looks a bit grey. It's a purpley grey. It's a mauvey grey.
Yeah, it's a.
The lighting's not good today either.
It's really weird. It's really dark here today. I don't know why.
The sun's out.
Yeah, so it's a purple grey colour.
Yeah, mauvey grey. It's really pretty. Good neutral. And this is my favourite.
And the other colour that we've brought out too is white clay. So it's I don't know how to describe it. It's a cream, but it's like a cream with a green tinge to it.
Greeny grey tinge, but it's probably it's kind of like about the same, similar colour to Eureka, but Eureka throws very yellow.
Eureka's yellow. It's nothing.
Yeah, I know, but Eureka throws for a beige. Eureka throws very yellow. This throws more grey-green. So it's a cool neutral, whereas Eureka's like a very warm neutral. So we wanted something to counterbalance Eureka, which was so warm. Yeah. And white clay, I'm stitching quite a few models on this, but white clay is also what I stitch the exclusive for the Homespun Facebook group. Yeah.
And we've got a few new charts that we're releasing as well. So the first 2 are actually Australian samplers.
Which is very rare.
So these samplers were actually stitched in Australia by Australians. So the first one is Mary Ellen Turner from 1878.
Do you want a little bit of the history on this? Do you want me to read the history? Yeah, you got your glasses on, haven't you? because we're going to do this as a separate thing, but because we don't have the models here, we thought we'd just show you. Do you want to read that out? Or do you want me to read it?
You can read it.
Okay. Mary Ellen Turner was born on the 15th of December 1866 in Kenilworth, Queensland, Australia, to William, aged 41, and Jane Turner, aged 42. Kenilworth is a small country town on the Sunshine Coast region of Queensland. Mary married Edwin Stanley Shepherd. They were married from... Oh, is that when they were married from?
No, that's his
date of birth. 1880. Yeah, okay.
And when he died.
Okay. On the 28th of July, 1883, at the Congressional Church on Nash Street, Gympie. Together they had 3 children, Elizabeth Jane Shepherd, Rudy Hannah Shepherd, and Ellen Harriet Shepherd. Edwin died on the 16th of February 1889. At the time of his death, they lived in Commissioner's Gully in Gympie. He was buried at the 5 Mile Congressional Cemetery in Gympie. Gympie is a sweet little town in country Queensland. Sometime in 1890, Mary entered into a relationship with James John Good Caulfield. It's not known how long this relationship lasted, but it resulted in the birth of Edna Valeria Shepherd on the 21st of December 1891. At that time, they were living in Monkland, Gympie. On the 9th of February 1898, Mary married again, this time to Herbert Albert Moxon, at the Wesleyan Church in Gympie. They had a son, George Melville Moxon, born on the 28th of September 1898, then twins Marjorie Lucy Moxon and William Joseph Moxon on the 17th of September 1900. William died from, oh that's sad, William died from childhood illness on the 28th of May 1901, so he was only 1. Bless.
No, he wasn't even that.
He wasn't even 1.
He was only 6 months. Or
7 months. That's sad. So one of the twins.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Oh, it's her only son. Oh, no, they have 2 sons. Mary's husband Herbert died on the 4th of March 1918. After Herbert's death, Mary lived in a number of locations around Gympie and was employed as a nurse. Mary died on the 23rd of April 1946, aged 79, and was buried in an unmarked grave, oh that's sad, on the 24th of April 1946. Though the location of Mary's grave is unknown, she is listed on the headstone of her husband, who was buried with the remains of their son William. Oh, that's sad. It's nice to have all that history on Mary. So she had sounds like a long, colourful life.
A lot of kids.
3 husbands. Well, 2 husbands.
2.5 husbands.
One we're not sure about, so that's interesting. Yeah, but it's lovely because Gympie is a small town in sort of country New South Wales, Queensland, but yeah, I think they've got like a bit of a proud history. So obviously they lived in the area their entire lives, so there's quite a rich history on the residents, because the town wouldn't have been, it's not very big now, it wouldn't have been much bigger back in the day, so yeah. And it's just easier when the person lived in Australia, because we're here, it's easier to find the details, like on our beautiful exclusive that we did.
A little bit about it anyway.
Yeah.
And the other one, again, it's from Gympie as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was stitched by Amelia Jane Shanks, and she stitched it in 1886.
And a little bit of history on Amelia. Amelia Jane Shanks was born 29th of February 1884 to parents Robert Davidson Shanks and Amelia Jane Stitt in Gympie. Her mother died just 5 weeks after she was born. Oh, again, sad. Amelia attended the 1 Mile State School. Doesn't that sounds like something like a Little House on the Prairie? The 1 Mile State School in 1889, and her mother was one of the first pupils when the school opened in 1869. Amelia completed the sample on the 7th of March 1896 when she was 12. Among the birds and flowers on this sampler are 2 trains. At the time Amelia stitched this sampler, there were 2 large railway projects underway in Gympie. There are also 2 steamships. These traded up and down the Mary River, carrying goods to and from Gympie and Harvey Bay. So that's those motives on the sampler. Amelia married Logan Henry Ernest Burrows on the 23rd of November 1911. They had 6 children. Wow. Edna Daphne Renal, Rex.
It's a bad name.
Look at this one. Rex Alcorn Burrows. Rex, Ray, and Beth. Amelia died on the 5th of April, 1940.
August.
What did I say?
April.
Oh my gosh, you can tell I'm
You
tired.
need my glasses.
Oh, maybe I need another eye check. Amelia died on the 5th of August 1945, aged 61, in Wondai, Queensland, and was buried in the Wondai Cemetery. Her husband died August 1948, so 3 years after her, and was buried alongside her. Oh, just after the war she died. How sad is that? Lisa, hopefully, did she see the end of the war? No, she didn't see the end of the war. She died just before the end of World War II. So that's very sad. And this was a sweet little marking sampler that was marking sampler, I think, when they got this little alphabet.
Yeah, so this is Lucy Radden.
1853.
Yeah, so there's 2 projects in this chart. So there's made up as a thread keep and as a pin cushion.
Yeah, it was a sweet little one we bought. We don't have much. We haven't done the research on her yet. What I am going to do with that one, because that was an original exclusive for the Cruel Goblins Schoolgirl Club, I think in 2021. So, but what I'm going to do now, we do have this obviously released, but I'm also going to, listen to me, making all these big plans. It's such a sweet little sampler. And it's only about so big on 40 count. I'm actually going to stitch it on 56 count and have it as a teeny tiny one. So watch this space. And when I do that, I'll add that picture to the chart. It won't change the chart at all for those who buy the chart now. But I just want to do it as a little. Jean's influence is still affecting me across the ocean, so I want to do that. Yeah, I think I'll either pick the blue silk, or I might even do a red silk and make it teeny tiny. And then, now I know this is late getting out when it's been August, and when it's autumn is come and gone in the Northern Hemisphere, but it'll be coming up in Australia. But we didn't want to release it on its own. We thought we'll release it with the others as well. We had a bit of a delay getting the covers printed. So I know I've showed this in the video before, but this was stitched by our friend Naomi. And it's called Acorn. Can you see that, Brent? Acorn Manor.
So that's an original design.
Yeah, it's an original design. And yeah, so I know it's a little late for autumn this year in the north, and it's early for autumn in the south. So I did think about holding that off until next year, but it was all done. We showed it here on Flosstube, and people were asking when the release date was going to be, so we thought, we'll just get it out now. So you can always stitch it for next year.
And so the final new release that we've got is a little bit of us and a little bit of someone else as well.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't really make any sense, does
it?
We
did the fabric.
So we've released we're releasing today a new coloured fabric, and Beth from Heartstring Samplery, I did say it right, didn't I? Has also released a chart for that. So Beth actually commissioned us about a year ago to design this fabric for her. I think it took the samples to her at Nashville Market. So it's a green linen. So it's like a lime and dark green
emeraldy
linen.
colour green.
Yeah. So the design is Who Let the Frogs Out. And the linen colour is called Swamp Thing.
Which Beth named.
Yeah. So we haven't released this fabric colour as an auto because it's not really the colours that we're known for. I think it's a fun colour and a great colour, but it's up for order today for shops.
Yeah.
If shops
want to order it. You'll send the newsletter out as well.
Yeah.
Already, I think a couple of shops know about it, so they've been asking because Beth, I think, told them. She says that chart will be available on her website, Heartstring Sampler's website, on December 1st, so it's out now. And she'll also said she'll have it in her Jingle Ball shop as well. But it's her charity chart for 2022, and profits go to her friend's non-profit called Outgoing Hunger. So, what did I say? Outgrowing Hunger, I beg your pardon. So she just wanted to make sure that the fabric was ready to release. So yes, it is. We were just waiting on it. I think we got it all about face. We were waiting on Beth to give us the release date. Brent's had it ready to go to release to shops, and so she just sent us the PDF, and so you can get that on Beth's site. And as I said, we'll send out a newsletter to our shops, and that'll be ready to go next week when the Twilight Linen gets here. So so that was exciting. It's just nice doing a collaborative thing with the designer. And I think Beth said the colour was a little out of her wheelhouse for what she normally does too. But she also put one, I think it was Whip It Good, which was cool. And that was on our beetroot linen. I think that was last year's one. So, yeah, so that was fun. And we always say that if the designer commissions us to do it, they get to name it. So
Swamp Thing it is.
Swamp Thing it is, yeah.
Okay. So last video, we had a couple of giveaways.
Yes.
So the first one we had was for the partial kit. Sorry for the noise.
Yeah, it's how the kit came that we bought, but it just doesn't have all of the floss in there. It's just
it's got some of it, but not all of it.
Yeah.
So it's got fabric and the hanger and a little bit of the floss.
Mm-hmm.
So the winner of this kit is on the screen now.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing we had to give away was a copy of the Book of Days from Needlework Press. And again, the winner of that is on the screen now. So congratulations to both our lucky winners. Those things will be in the mail on Monday.
Yep, because we have the Google Forms, so we know the addresses, so they'll be on their way. We don't actually have anything to give away this week, but I might have something really good in the next video, which you won't want to miss that. We've also probably got a bit of an announcement to make in the next video. We're doing something with a shop in the States, but until they mention it, we can't. So we'll do that on the next video. We'll probably put it up on our Instagram, though, in the next few days. But sadly, it's not quite announced yet, so we couldn't mention it today. So, yeah, so watch this space next week.
Okay. Plans.
Well,
we've got 2 days off.
We do.
We don't
know what to do. Like I said, we got the notification last week that the whole area around here is having a power outage. What are they doing? Some sort of repair work.
They're upgrading
something around here. So Jackie next door, our friend Jackie, who does all of the laser cutting products and stuff, she doesn't know what to do with herself either this weekend because she's normally working most weekends the same as we do. So it's kind of nice having a forced 2 days off.
2 days in a row.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time we had 2 days in a row off.
No, and it's good because it's less. We feel less guilty because we still are waiting on this 36 count. Well, all the rest of the linen, but predominantly the 36 count to arrive. So you don't feel that bad because it's not like you could have been here doing it that anyway. Sort of.
Could always find things to do.
But you might get some stitching done.
Well, I've got to plan anyway.
We've Brendan from longer than I've known him has always done bonsai. Has always loved working with bonsais. So he hasn't done it. You haven't done it since we've moved up here.
No.
So
I haven't done it since we left those trees out in the snow in Katoomba.
When we used to live in the Blue Mountains, it snowed in the Blue Mountains and we forgot to bring the bonsais inside. It was a freak snowstorm and we didn't even think about it. And unfortunately lost all these beautiful old beautiful old bonsais, mostly figs, weren't they?
Mm. They all froze to
So
death.
I think he got a bit of a thing after that, didn't you? You kind of got a bit like, oh no, after years and years and years of work. But we visited a nursery up here the other day that we found out a place called Bonsai World up here, which was a fabulous find.
Yeah.
And so now, he bought a few plants the other day. You got all your tools out, which is still in really good nick.
Well, they're all rusty. You've got to clean them all up.
Slightly, but thankfully he invested in very, very good tools when he was very young. So, so you probably do a bit of that this weekend as well.
Maybe.
Do some stitching. I'm participating in the Jingle Ball. I'm sure everyone's probably heard of it by now. I think it was a brainchild of Steph from Lindy Stitches, but there's, oh my gosh, how many designers are there? 12 or 13, I think, designers that are all participating in the Jingle Ball. If you haven't seen it, if you go to Steph at Lindy Stitches website, Instagram page, it's all over. It's all over the socials. Now, what's today? Today's Friday here. It starts Friday and Saturday in the States, so it'll start tomorrow for us. So it's actually very timely that, because the power's not out at our place, it's only out in this industrial area. So I can actually have the weekend off to sit up late because obviously our time zones are different. They are running a lot of, there's going to be all sorts of festivities. It's $10 for your ticket. There are classes, which I think are all sold out, but That doesn't matter. The $10 entry pass gets you your entry, and then you can go to all the virtual booths, talk to the designers. There's going to be stitching rooms, all different stitching rooms, stitching themed rooms that you can just pop in and stitch with people virtually, which I'm really looking forward to. I'll stay up probably through the night a lot so I can catch up with some of our friends overseas, and in the day for other Australian friends who are coming. There's going to be, from what I understand, in each designer's booth, there's an exclusive design that you can buy and download. I think there's an exclusive book with designs from all of them in it as well. It's just going to be fun. I think there's going to be like dancing and cooking and all sorts of stuff. I can't wait, and I'm so pleased that we've got no power here, so I've got every guilt-free reason to stay home and participate. So I'm going to be stitching all weekend on that, so I'll probably do some more of my Dark Queen of the Seas to try to catch up. I do have to get some model stitching done. I've got to, but I think I'm not doing that this weekend. But what I do want to start, there was a box which we missed out on. It was an Evertote, Modern Folk Embroidery, and Roxy Floss Co. combination advent box. So the good thing was, if you missed the box, you were able to buy the chart. So you can still participate and stitch every day for the 25 days. It's a Frisian band sample. I don't think that's not giving you spoilers away, because I know that Caroline from Evertote mentioned that. So I bought the booklet. So I won't show, obviously, that the bands are in there for each day. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't have what colours, because there's 25 floss colours used. But because this is a box opening every day, a surprise opening every day there's a new floss, but I don't know what they are. So that was a little frustrating. I know that they sort of said, look, it's just up to you. It's a Jacob sampler. You can stitch it in one colour, you can stitch it in two colours, you can just pick 25 colours. But I kind of would like to, I'm really good at picking colours, that's not an issue for me, but I would like to do the colours that Jacob chose. So I do know that today is a really lovely dark green, and luckily I have Caroline's doing a daily opening, so I can just wait every day and see what the colour is. If it's a dark red, I'll go and pick a dark red, whatever. So it just means that I'll be a day late, because we're in Australia and we're a day ahead. It just means I won't finish mine until Boxing Day, but that's okay. That's fine. I would prefer to find my own colours in close colours to what it was designed for. That's just me. But luckily I've got a friend in the States who is opening her box daily. So she has been so incredibly kind, and believe me, she's a busy designer as well, so I appreciate her doing this. But she's actually not only showing me the photo of it when she opens each day, but she's also doing putting it next to a DMC floss as well, which I cannot. She knows how much I appreciate her doing that. So I know the first day it's called Tannenbaum, I think, by Roxy Floss Co. So now I've chosen I could have done one of ours. I know I was going to do it on Saltbush, but I'm stitching a few of my models on Saltbush, so you kind of get to the point you want to do something a little bit different. This is by Colour and Cotton. I picked this up at the Cruel Goblin, and it's Cottage Stone. Oh, I just realised it's 46 count. That's okay. That's all right, I think.
I was looking at the selvage and thinking, okay.
Oh, it is too. Oh my God, that's all right. That's okay. Not freaking out at all. Yeah, no, that's fine. Oh, it's going to be teeny tiny though. Oh, that's okay. But I really love this colour. So this is called Cottage Stone by Colour and Cotton, and I just love the colour, so that's okay. But thanking my lovely friend in the States, who I won't say she is, but she, the colour that she showed me was close to, I think it was DMC, what was the colour? I can't even remember now. Anyway, it doesn't matter, but I've actually chosen Colour and Cotton Laurel Wreath. So I'll stitch that one tonight. It's not much stitching every day. This is very, very doable every day. So I'm going to try to pick colours that are very close to the original ones chosen. So that's called Laurel Wreath, and that came with my Colour and Cotton club floss club that I'm in. So I think these are mostly unique colours too. And I think the ones that are in the box from Everchote, I think they are most, or nearly all, I think, also unique colours to that box. So it's not like I can go and get ones from my Roxy Floss Co. ring, because they're not going to be the same anyway. So I'll just pick ones from all different companies every day. I'm pretty sure I could probably, with all the colours that I'm getting on my floss clubs from,
I'm sure we could.
From Colour and Cotton, I think I can actually find something every day. So I'm really happy with that.
All the classic.
I've got everything, so it's all good. I won't have trouble matching whatever.
Styleworks, you've got Gentle Art, you've got...
I know. I'm just going to see what that colour was the closest thing to.
Classic Colourworks. You've got a few different thread brands to choose from there.
So my friend said, that's right, it was $9.35 is the closest. So anyone else who's in the same predicament I do, and I know from looking at some of the comments online, I know there's a couple of people freaked out who just bought the chart and don't have the colours. I know it's not. Look, there's things going in the world. This is not the worst thing going in the world. It's just that if anyone else is wondering, so 935 is the DMC close equivalent for day one. But she's kind of going to do that every day for me, and she's just a sweetheart, so she knows I appreciate that very much. So yeah, so I'm going to start stitching that this weekend, and I'm going to do Dark Queen this weekend. Patreon charts are up, so that's a plus, along with, and I've even done the Christmas Advent every day. So that's done, finished. I don't even know who I am at the moment. So, and now it's just kind of designing and everything for Nashville Market and getting all my Christmas stitching done for gifts for friends. I think that's everything. This feels a bit overwhelming. What are your plans, baby?
I've got to tidy up all my threads.
Mm-hmm.
I brought out all the boxes and boxes of threads that I have the other day. So I've got to get those organised.
We're looking around here because it's like a bomb's hit the place.
I've got to get those organised, and then I've got to start planning my cabinets, my 2 cabinets.
So what are you planning? You're planning on starting the Simple Harmony on Boxing Day with Laurie. And then but you want to start
I think there's a couple of other people who are going to be joining us.
Yeah, I think there is. So if anyone wants to join him on that, please let us know. He'll join you all.
More people to make me feel guilty and accountable.
He needs as many people to push him along as well. And that includes you too, Katie, if you're watching this. He seems to be quite influenced. He feels quite sort of...
Pressured.
Not pressured. It's not pressured. You feel quite motivated when he gets a kind of, an encouraging word from Katie. So it makes me laugh. But you want to start getting that planned.
Yeah. Because
it's been sitting there now for a couple of years. You also pulled out the other day. There's also another casket in there called the Harmony of Nature box.
That's what I'm going to do.
Is that the one you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
because I've got all the supplies for that. As well as the box.
As well as the casket.
Yeah, I can't afford the other casket. You don't pay.
He's got all the supplies for the original casket, which is phenomenal in itself. But yeah, the actual physical box casket was a separate thing. It was about $5,000 or something crazy.
It's a lot more than that.
It was a lot. But he's got the casket for the box for the...
And it's worth every cent of it.
Yeah. It's got all little hidden compartments.
It's just out of my price range at the moment because you don't pay me enough.
I don't pay you enough, baby. You just need to work harder. It's all good. But also too, I think you wanted to make sure it was something you were definitely going to do. Like, if you get the Harmony of Nature box done, which will be ages, you can then start thinking about the other one. You should see the supplies. It's just... Yeah. You need to put a photo one day.
No, I didn't want to get it out because then you know what I've got.
I couldn't believe my eyes. I saw it all coming over those couple of years. So you also did a white work.
When it sneaks in.
No, it wasn't white work. It was a stump work class.
When it sneaks in, you don't notice it.
It's so
but
pretty.
Now it's all in a box.
I don't think there's a colour there that Access Commodities make that you don't have.
Oh, there's a whole lot of stuff that they don't make as well.
Yeah, well, I know. A lot of it was done by goldwork artisans in Europe and stuff, I think. And but if anyone's looking at doing it, it's an amazing thing to do. You're actually finally printing out the 28. We've got a lot of it in folders, but you're ring binding it all.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take
so it's easier to read.
Yeah.
That's my plans anyway.
Yeah, well, we had, and also too, I know I said last time, Brent said she should never say we're going to say. Normally we will have the girls in here. A lot of people have been saying we miss seeing the girls. The thing was today is because we had our eye appointments and the hearing appointments and everything, it all took a lot longer than we had thought. So in the end, we thought, you know what, we'll just quickly duck into the studio, film Flosstube so we can get it up early on the weekend this time. It's better for us if we can get it up Saturday in the Southern Hemisphere. It's given everyone plenty of time over the weekend to watch it. And that's usually because they normally run long. But we are still in the process of cleaning in here, so
organising.
Not cleaning, organising everything. Like what we've started to do, we started to get everything done, so everything's been pulled out. But with everything happening with my shoulder and everything, we just haven't had a chance to organise it properly. So we thought we'll pop in here, film the Flosstube, Bryn can take it home and edit it, and the girls can come in next time. There was no point bringing them in here for an hour, so and they would be into everything here. So they will be back. And also, too, thank you for all your comments about our little corner gauge. I've answered all of them. Up to date. I haven't looked today yet, but it was so funny because we got something like 300 and something comments. Nearly everyone mentioned our corner gauge because we asked, would you like the characters or the writing?
Yeah.
One person said, I was going to say, we are 100% the characters. And then a couple of days ago, one lady said she preferred the writing. I was like, oh my gosh, there's one person. A few people did ask, could they be acrylic? And what were you saying about the... Jackie can certainly do acrylic. She does acrylic next door as well, but you have to redesign.
You can't have shading on acrylic.
Yeah.
So we'll have to look at how do we redesign the logos so that they'll stand out.
I'm not sure if we could do the character ones on acrylic. We have to talk to Jackie. We'll talk to her next week. But you could definitely do the one just with our writing logo on the acrylic. So we'll look into that as well. Maybe we do the writing on one and the character one on the wood. So yeah,
maybe that we won't get that done till next year because she's close now too.
Yeah, she's like us. She's closing over the break. We'll be doing the same as her. We'll be popping in from time to time to get some stuff done. But officially, she said she's officially closed for 3 weeks, I think. But she said there will be days that she comes in too. But it'll just be nice. We the other afternoon we had a lovely afternoon. We finished at about 4, and because it's daylight savings here and the days are getting really long now, the light. We just went up to a local lake and sat and read a book for an hour or so, didn't we? It was lovely. We put photos up on Instagram. So we want to do more of that in the summer months, and now that we're getting closer to getting caught up, we can do that more often, I think. You need to take some time out and enjoy what hopefully looks like it might be an okay summer. I'm looking out there now. It's starting to get a bit dark out there, but it has been lovely all day.
You've just jinxed summer.
I know. I haven't jinxed summer. If it's El Nino or whatever it is, it will be jinxing summer. But it's lovely at the moment, so we're making the most of the weather.
So if we don't have another summer this year, it's all Karen's
fault.
It's
all my fault. Who knew? But I don't think there's much else. Like I said, we have managed to drag it on a little bit. We've managed to mention a few things at least today. It just doesn't feel as long as our normal ones. But so hopefully I'll see some of you at the Jingle Ball over the weekend. I'm really, really excited about that, I think. And the designers, I know Lindy and all the designers have put an enormous effort in and this is the inaugural one. So hopefully if it all goes according to plan, it'll be a yearly event. So, I hope. So I'm really excited about that. I know there's been an enormous amount of work going in behind the scenes. They've been rehearsing, they've been doing all sorts of stuff. We've been getting sneak peeks of the exclusive designs that are going up in the design shops over the weekend. So so hopefully, Brendan will be popping around the back, but hopefully I'll see a heap of people in the stitching rooms and stuff on the weekend. Oh, you want to show one other thing too? When we get to our 10,000 subscribers, I know we've mentioned this before, but we're
almost there.
Yeah, you're about 10,300 odd now, so we've got about 650 to go. We may not get there, who knows? But this is the antique sample we'll be giving away to someone who subscribes when we hit 10,000. Now, we have reproduced this one. Is it behind us on the wall? Maybe not. I think that one's at home. So this is the one we're giving away. Oh gosh, it's full of dust.
Marianne.
There's dust everywhere, Brent. What is it? It's Mary Ann. I can't read her name. What is it? We've released this. I can't even read the name because it's reflecting on me. Marianne Bush. Gosh, I've got to say, I know this has been one of our first releases we ever did.
So it's BU
B-U-S-H, but it's one of those S's that looks like an F, yeah. Sorry about the dust on it. Bren just brought it in from home. I just said there's about a year of dust on the thing. But, yeah, so that'll be our giveaway for when we reach our 10,000. So if you like what we're doing, please subscribe. It will go to someone who has subscribed. Like all our socials, Instagram, Facebook. And, yeah, we appreciate all the support. I have been pretty good. I've been answering... For the last few Flosstubes, I think I've been answering nearly every comment. Oh, I think I've done every comment. I missed a few when we were on holidays up in Queensland, but I have been trying to do as many as I can. You haven't answered me. I think you've answered about 4.
About when we were on holidays in Queensland. That was
a year ago, I know. But anyway. Oh, not in Queensland. When we were over in the States in August, when we were in Palm Springs is what I was thinking of. Because we're on holidays, I was reading them and I just was, we had such bad internet and I couldn't catch up. I think I had about 1,000 messages by the time we got home after those 2 videos. So I thought, I'll just go from now. Gosh, Queensland was a year ago.
No, it's longer than that.
Yeah, no, I meant Palm Springs and Arizona. Can you tell we're tired? Can you tell we've been all over the place the last 2 weeks? Anyway, don't look at me like I'm an idiot.
I don't have to look at you.
Listen here, you can answer half the comments too. Brendan answers about 4 that are usually addressed to him and then complains he's got to answer 4. Not really. All right. What? Don't shake your head at me, Brendan.
I'm cutting all of this out anyway.
You are not cutting it out. Anyway, so we will be back soon.
One day.
One day in the next few weeks. I'm not allowed to say 2 weeks anymore, but we will. Well, yeah, next one will be our Christmas video.
Yeah.
So we are not going to dress up, but we will be festive. As in, we won't be doing our usual Halloween type one, but we will be festive.
I won't be growing a beard.
No, but we will be. It will be clearly our Christmas videos. So yeah, so join us for that one. And yeah, until then, everyone stay safe. Hopefully we'll see you at the Jingle Ball, and we'll see you next video.
Bye.
Bye.